Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome. Just making sure this thing is running just right. Alright. Let me hit the at everybody over in the cord of dis. There we go, there's that. And that's muted. Alright, I think we are set. Good morning. Welcome to the first Saturday of November. Before we know it, it's going to be the end of the year and it'll be 2025. Today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream, we are doing the FS Hub daily medium flight. We are flying essentially going to the almost the toe of Italy. We're going to fly just about the whole length of Italy, and we're doing that in the DC-3. It's going to take a couple hours. Earlier in the week, I was flying with Kev Simcorner, and we did Barajas to Blanac. We did that in an hour and a half, and that was 300 some odd nautical miles. So this is about 100 nautical miles longer. So I'm hoping we can get it done in about 2 hours, 2.5 tops. It's not going to take 4 hours. No. We're going to get up to about 10,000 feet. Tricky part is going to be this shenanigans right here. So this is all hills, mountains, whatever. So we have to come in and kind of skirt around and then line back up for our landing. So it's going to be a bit tricky, I think, but we'll get through it. We'll be okay. We're trained professionals, or at least that's what we like to think we are. So I am your host and pilot, lead singer and driver of the airplane for Parasox Airline, Uncle B. Today's flight brought to you by Parasox Airline. Pair of socks, just because you have a pair of socks does not mean they have to match, except when you go for an interview, a funeral, and a wedding. And maybe your first date. But anyway, those are the rules. I don't make them, I just follow them. If Scruffy Tam, who is the CEO of Parasox, is taking a break from streaming to take care of some things. But once he's back, he will show you his mismatched socks. It's a promise. All you have to do is ask nicely and he'll show them to you. It's a treat. You'll never forget it. I, on the other hand, do not do such things. That's his thing. We're just here to have fun, have a laugh. And that's what we do. So let's get in here. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Of course, we're going to get this beast started up so we can get it in the air and get going. So hopefully everybody's enjoying their Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, whichever may apply. All right, we're ready to fly. Oh, we spawned in at the gas station. Oops-a-daisy. I did not know it was the gas station. But there it is. It's the gas station. Okay. Well. Oops. Oh, that's all right. That's okay. All right. Let's get some things set up here. Good morning, Amela. How are you? I had frozen fish sticks for dinner last night. I put 5 of them in the oven, and that was dinner with, as Bex would call it, sauce, which is her term for ketchup. All right, let's get the ground power on. Let's get our lights on. off for right now. Let's see, we got to put our fuels on. Oh, look at the signs coming right through the plane. Isn't that interesting? All right, the fuel is on. Mixture is full rich. Props fully forward. Put our fuel pumps on. Put our right side first. Starboard starting up. Ooh, got cracked. There we go. All right. Let's start number. Oop, other one. Hello, Mr. Adams. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Yeah, hanging in there. Doing the best I can with what I got, you know. That's all I can do. Okay, we can turn on our batteries, our avionics, turn off the ground power, turn off our fuel pumps. Oh, you know what I should have done? That's all right, we'll do it now. I'm gonna throw a little extra fuel in the tank just to make sure we make it there. You know, to about 75. Since we're at the fuel pump, we might as well fuel up. Make sure we get enough fuel to get there. I've been flying for a while, Joseph. I've been flying every Saturday unless I say I'm not. Where have you been? My goodness. All right, let's talk to somebody on the ground. We want to go to the south. Yeah, I've been flying on stream. Every Saturday, I just fly. I don't fly every day on stream. I fly every Saturday. All right, let's dial in 10,000. Just to be safe. All right, let's have a look outside. I think, yeah, we're going to have to go around the... See, this has got... It's got a thing for... All right, well, let's see what we got here. Yeah. We're gonna break some rules here real quick. Yep, been flying every Saturday. I just fly during the week with in the evening with Kev Sim Corner. We do the daily short flight, try to beat Scruffy Tam's landing rate. I fly on his stream. I just post pictures of those flights, that's all. Mella, go over there and get that young man straight, would you? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're itching for that one-way trip to the Bronx there, Joseph. All right. so when we take off, we're gonna have to hang a turn and get on track. That's okay. We'll get there. Let's see. This is the route. And here is the info. Yep, we're the Pan Am Airlines. Did it give me the clipper thingy? Yep. Nice. Clipper call sign. That was Pan Am's call sign, Clipper. Ooh, excuse me. Radios are on. Everything is on. We're taking a little drive down the taxiway here to our departure runway. Should give Kev Corner a shout out. I think I've got his. Little crusty salute for the instructions. Lost a couple followers, I see. Last time I checked, I had 247 followers. I think I lost a couple, but that's all right. It happens. Not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I'm not gonna run myself silly trying to be. I am who I am, and that's all that I am. All right. All right, here we go. Doing the pedal dance, doing the pedal dance. Woo! coming up. Away we go. We're hand flying it. Ooh. I feel all tingly. There we go. That's how we do that. Trained professionals. Sometimes, not always. Mm. And there we go. Do you squawk? All right. Nav. And let's also get some altitude stuff going on. Oh, it looks like it's going to stay at about 1,000. Oh, I know what I didn't do. There we go. Forgot something. Yeah, I think we're safe. All right, there we go. Let's get a picture of this. There we go. So yeah, we are coming up on just a little over 2 weeks until Flight Sim 2024 is released. Looking forward to it. dispense with the landing lights for now. Coming up on 7,000 feet. Yeah, I'm really keen on seeing how it goes once it's out. I think what I need to do is I need to hold the altitude here and then dial in the 10. I don't want it to go climb at 1,000 feet per minute. I just want like 500 feet per minute. Kind of silly. Okay. We'll be leveling off here in a minute. There we go. Now we'll start gaining them some speed. So about 2.5 hours to go. We're kind of in the auto lean area. Just bring it back just a smidge, just to make sure. I think we're right where we need to be. There we go. Now we should start gaining speed, and we'll be at the boot of Italy, the toe of Italy, before we know it. So how is everybody doing? Everybody okay? Not too sure? That's okay. break coming in. About 4 minutes. Good morning, Agent Presta. How are you? Nice to see you here. Welcome. It's cruising over Italy. I don't think these work in the. I don't. I tried the Duckworth mod for the plane, and I just couldn't kind of get figure it out. So I uninstalled it. But just waking up and through a cold. Oh, yeah. That reminds me, I got to get my flu shot still. I got to get down to the VA one of these days and get that done. Yeah, I flew it with Kev Simcorner earlier this week, and I was like, yeah, I got to. It was a lot better than I remember it being, and so I thought, well, I'll do the the medium flight in this because it'll be a couple hours in the air, and the weather seems to be really nice, so we can enjoy some of the scenery and all that as we fly southeast. Yeah. Well, what changed for me is using the Alpha and Bravo yoke and throttle system from Honeycomb. When I flew this plane using that on Wednesday, it was like it was a completely different plane. It's not bad. I think they've made some small improvements, but the duct works, like the superchargers work when you put them on, stuff like that. I probably need to put some heat on because we're up a little bit up at altitude. But yeah, other than that, it's like, I tried it on Sergeant Staff's recommendation, and I just couldn't. But maybe I need to download it again and try it. But see, I don't know. Is it going to work in 2024? Because I know this is part of the, one of the planes that's included because it was part of the 40th anniversary. But I don't know if that means that they're going to include the, like if the Duckworks mod is going to work in the new, sim. Yeah. Yeah, I think they might. But yeah, I'm okay with it the way it is. I mean, it's We're still making pretty good speed across the ground. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't at first, I don't think, but it seems like they made some small improvements. But yeah. So I just figured it'd be a fun plane to fly today. You know, something different. Ground speed showing at 198 knots. Pretty much riding the line. Let's see what the weather looks like. 5-knot wind from behind. A little crosswind, not too terrible. Oh, I found a clickable. Look at that. Folds the arm back for you. But I think it's only for the pilot. Well, let's see if we can do it over here. Nope. Oh well. So yeah, we'll do one more. Let's see. We got the 9th. Yeah, one more stream in 2020. And then we'll start 2024. We'll start ground school. We'll start all over again. I'll still have 2020. I'll still fly in this probably off stream, but or fly, you know, not this particular plane, but just in 2020 in general. Just to keep things going. But we'll see. I'll hold on to it just in case. The audio, are you talking about like the engine sounds or me talking? I can adjust the engine sounds real quick. I was flying with Kev, but we were in a biplane and I could not hear myself think. All right, let's try this. Is that better? You talking, but I can't hear the sim either. Oh, well, I try not to talk too loud because sometimes people tell me like it's like I'm shouting. But let me see if I can adjust the volume on my. I could do that. Do a small adjustment. Is that better? See, it's weird because sometimes people say it's too loud, and then other times it's like too soft. I don't know. I can't find the in between. Much better. Okay. Okay, let's try this then. Okay. Is that better? It's about the same? Okay. Yeah. I'll have to see if I can't figure out something. Cranked up all the way, but at least now I can hear you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I tried to trying to find like the. Let me just try one more thing. Sound. Okay. All right. Hopefully that does it. Oh. All right. So we must be. We near. We can't be near Cappuccino. LIR. Well, that's LIRZ. What's LIRZ? I can. I know. Let's find out where we are. Oh, we're still way up. No, we're near San Francesco is coming up. When is it? 16, 17 degrees, about 4 knots. Oh, we still got a while to go, according to little nav map. Actually, if we zoom all the way out, yeah, we'll just do that. Be nice if we had a nice tailwind. Yes, I already pre-ordered it, Agent Presta. Yeah, it'll be. I will download it as soon as it becomes available, and then yep, already got it. It's just a matter of waiting. Yep, I will be. It'll be the new first stream. Will be on the 6. Wait, let me look at my calendar. Do we have? I got the Aviator edition. Let me see. Let me look at my calendar. 9/16. Oh, so we have 2 streams left. The 9th and the 16th. It comes out on Monday, the 18th. So the first stream for the new flight sim will be the 23rd. So we have 2 more streams left for 2020. We got 2 more Saturdays. Yeah, I got the Aviator edition. I was looking at them and I thought, I might as well get all the local legends and all that kind of stuff that I didn't get, just to have them for, whenever I want to fly them. So, but I mean, we're getting so much stuff with it, just on the base sim alone, like, it's not for what you're paying for it. And I know a lot of people are going to get it through Game Pass, which is fine, because if you don't, if it's not your thing, then that's okay. You didn't spend 60, 70, how many ever dollars to get it. You just tried it for a while. And that's what I told people, of like, if I would download it on Game Pass, try it. If you're just like, nah, it's not my thing, that's okay. But if it is, then you can decide if you want to invest anything in it. Or you just say, well, I have the base one that has plenty of planes. I'm okay with that. But I do like the fact that they said, if there's something in one of the other tiers that you don't have, that you want, you can buy that plane specifically. You don't have to buy that whole collection. You don't have to upgrade the whole thing. You could just buy that plane specifically, which I think is smart, because some people they pay for the base one. If they do, you can, if you have the base game. See, I don't know how it works through Game Pass, but I'm guessing if you buy the base game, the base one, whatever it's called, the standard edition, I guess you could call it. If there's something in the premium or premium deluxe that you want, a specific plane, you could buy that plane itself. You don't have to upgrade to premium or premium deluxe. You can just, so I think that's very smart, because you may not want all the planes in the premium or premium deluxe. There may just be a couple that you want out of those levels. So, you don't have to pay, but if you decide, the other thing too is, if you buy the base game and you want to upgrade to premium or premium deluxe, you just pay the difference. You don't pay the full price, which is good too. Because I think that's always what worried people is, but I don't want to spend. I don't want to pay another 200 or how many ever hundred dollars it would be for the premium deluxe, for instance. You just pay the difference between the two because you already own the base. Why would they charge you for something you already own, basically? So I think they're pretty smart about that. I am very keen on the whole thing that Navigraph's doing for their Academy thing. I think that's going to be fantastic. I signed up for it. I think that that's going to be something that they're going to feature at Flight Sim Expo next year. I don't think it'll be released before Expo. I think it's something that they're going to want to showcase and talk about at Flight Sim Expo. So that'll be really good, I think. You know, but and the fact that they have real world pilots who are helping them build this product, I guess you could call it. This academy. Hello, Bex. How are you? Nice to see you here. They're having real world instructors, people working with them to create this academy so that it is as close to a real private pilot school or private person, the pilot license. It's so here, let me get the thingy here. Hold on, the thingy. Give me just a second. Good to hear, Bex. Glad you're doing good. Are you on half term or oops? Ah. Trying to get the back to work on Monday. Okay. There we go. That's the copy. Go to that link, Agent Presta, and that'll tell you what it's about. They just kind of give you a brief introduction, but they don't really say much more other than it's coming next year. So I kind of get the feeling that it's going to be something that they're going to feature at Flight Sim 2025 next year. But yeah, I think it's amazing. And I mean, not to take, like some people have already commented, oh, I'm confused. Isn't this already going to be in the new sim? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I don't get the sense, and I could be wrong. I've not heard if if Asobo or Microsoft have brought in like real world flight instructors for your private pilot's license, for instance, and helped them create maybe they did, I don't know, but I think this is a great way for them to add on, like Navigraph is already doing really amazing things, I think, but there's nothing wrong with having, like what they're trying to do is give you a sense of accomplishment that's probably more in tune with a real world, pilot school. I think that's what they're trying to go for. The one that's going to be in the sim is going to be very, very basic, I think. And but that's okay. Never fails. Um, so I just think it's going to be a much more like in-depth, you know, learning system, you know, because not every, you know, it's an affordable way for somebody to feel like they got their private spot. I know it's a virtual thing, but to have that and give people that sense of, you know, that they can't afford to go do flight school or whatever. Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's what it sounds like to me. But I think my gut instinct tells me this is something that they're going to showcase at Flight Sim 2024, or the Expo. I mean, 2025 in Providence. Um, I've already signed up, you know, to be notified when they kick it off, or any other information that they want to send out. Um, I think it's going to be amazing. You know, I don't know. I'm hoping it means it'll work for whether you're on the PC or the Xbox. You know, so it shouldn't. Oh, did you step? I didn't know you stepped away, Mel. I'm sorry. Welcome back. So yeah, I just think that it's a good way of getting people, you know, interested in flight simming. That they can kind of get more in depth instruction and go like, oh, you know, yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really hopeful for it. You know, I got to get my stuff set up for to go to Flight Sim Expo 2025 up in Providence. Flight. I don't think so, because I know I've heard some instructors say this is good for like helping you be proficient in like your landing, you know, doing your circuits, stuff like that. I don't think they'll allow it for hours. I don't think so. Um, Mainly because it's it would be like an honor system. Like, okay, did you really fly these hours, or did you have your buddy come over and do them for you? You know, so that would be the only thing. But you know, I'm guessing it would be tied. And it, again, it's like it's an honor thing, really, but it's tied. I would think that if you have a Navigraph account, it would be tied to your pilot ID or something, or they would give you a student ID. But you know, like if I, I mean, is there going to be people who are probably going to try to cheat it? Probably so. Why? I don't know. Just because they can try, and they may do it to try to get away with it. But I think it, you know, for people who enjoy learning and who can't afford the thousands and thousands of dollars it would cost to do flight school, it's a fun way to do it, you know. And I would expect that at the end, yeah, you would have to do it at a certified center that where they can monitor you, and but you know the only thing I've ever heard people say is it's good for maintaining proficiency, but that's as far as it goes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's it. Who put that in? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But they're, yeah, I just think they're very particular. But I think it's going to be fun. It'll be a good way to learn, to expand what you, just the rudimentary stuff that you're going to learn initially in flight sim, you know, in the new flight sim. But I think this is going to kind of build upon that. Now, I think there's only going to be, I don't know how many people are actually going to be like dedicated enough to do it. I think it's going to be kind of a niche thing, but it's something that I think once you complete it, and they'll probably send you a certificate or something. I don't know. But, I think it gives you a better sense of accomplishment than just flying from point A to point B and being done. Like you actually learned how to fly, how to deal with the weather, flying in crosswinds, landing, all that kind of stuff. So, I think it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. All right, we got 280 nautical miles to go. Let's have a look at little nav map. Not quite at the halfway point, but getting almost there. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting. And I like that there's companies like Navigraph and even Parallel 42 who are trying different things in the sim, not just the standard. Yeah. Well, it's a good way to get people interested in flying and what it involves to get started. Yes, exactly, Mick. Good morning, Mick. How are you? Or I should say afternoon. Almost evening. Yeah, because I think it builds upon what Jorg was talking about, that trying to get young people interested in getting their private pilot license and hopefully going through the career progression to become airline pilots. So I think they took what Jorg said and just said, okay, we can build upon what the sim is already going to offer, and see if we can make it a little bit better, Not to say that there will be anything wrong with what Asobo and Microsoft are creating, but this may be just a notch above that for the serious sort of person who wants to learn and really dig into the nitty gritty of flying and learning all the particulars. You know, I like that stuff. I like the challenge of it. I'm probably going to do C work and get C's. I'll still get my virtual pilot license though. I'll just be an average pilot. That's okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new sim in a couple weeks. It's gonna be fun. I think I'm really hoping that this goes well. I guess for lack of a better term. Um, it's sure to have its growing pains, but hopefully they won't be nearly as bad as I can tell you. Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to it. I like the new challenge. That's the thing. And I'll tell you, one of the other things I like is that flying with Kev Sim Corner. Matter of fact, let me see if I can't pull up his Twitch real quick and get I gotta do a shout out. I just gotta figure out where to. Oh, I know where I'll do. I've been following, or I've been flying with him for the past couple weeks, and he also does Truck Simulator, So he does convoys. Um, yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I want to do the career thing. Um, um, this is Kev Sims Corner's Twitch. I got to put him into the thing to for the shout outs, but go give him a follow. He does like Monday, or I think Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. He does convoys in the afternoon, and then Wednesdays we're gonna do the medium daily flight for FS Hub, and then he does the short daily flight after after he does his convoys. So I've been flying with him. I like we're having fun trying to get our best landing rates, right? And that's why I've been what you see posted in my Discord for the flight pictures. But it's made me be a better pilot because I like the challenge of it, and it's a good learning experience. I don't just fly the same, like, well, okay, if we fly the same plane, but it's not like we're going to always fly that plane. We think about, okay, what's the distance? How much time do you think it's going to take? We try to do the daily before the time runs out at 8 o'clock or shortly after 8 o'clock in the evening East Coast time, which is, well, let's see. Yeah, 7 o'clock my time. So we try to, but we have fun with it. I join him in voice chat. We have a laugh. It's just a really kind of a laid back sort of thing. But he does a lot of American Truck Simulator as well. So, there's plenty of accidents, other shenanigans, but no, it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying that. Oh, Mello, I thought you were always following me. What happened? Now I have 246 followers and it says you just followed me 7 minutes ago. What's going on, Mello? Did somebody inadvertently unfollow me and you were just like, wait a minute? So, but it's it's a laugh, like he has his own kind of crew that they do a lot. They just do a quick convoys, try to get as many miles in as they can before he gets ready to go flying. So no, it's a lot of fun. Plus, I think he's one of the days out of the week he does the driving academy in American Truck Simulator. I didn't know that they have that there, and it's help you practice driving. Like they have a whole course. It's pretty amazing. Oh, that's okay. Because I was like, I lost a couple of followers. I was like, dang, I don't think I was that bad of a person, but okay. But, no, I'm really looking forward to the new sim. I'm looking forward to the new challenges, the career mode, working through that. Just enjoying the process of learning things again. And, being... like when I started this, I was on the Xbox and I didn't know anything. It was just like, okay. But I honestly think I developed bad habits by using the controller, not the, having a proper setup. So I'm hoping now that I have a yoke and throttle system and all that, that I will be able to be better at it, you know. So that's what I'm hoping for, at least. Where are we over? I see an airport below us. I wonder if that's a military airfield. Oh. It says LIAP. Let's see. Let me go to. Oh, we just passed LIAP. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't deny it. I won't lie about it. I'm looking forward to geeking out about it and enjoying the process. And I'm really looking forward to going to Flight Sim Expo. It may be the only one I ever go to, but I like to go at least once and meet people in person, have a laugh, have some food, you know, just enjoy all that. So, but yeah, um, I think it'll be fun. I am going to step away for just a moment, go use little captain's room, and probably refill my water. And I'll be back in just a moment. Let's see how much. Oops, that's not the right button. 242 nautical miles, about an hour and 12 left. So yeah, we're doing good. All right, I'll leave it. I'll put it back outside. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I saw your question, Mello, just before I stepped away. I'd say so. It's kind of like maybe Mick will back me up on this. If you're playing a racing simulator, if you use a standard controller that comes with your your console, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation, you don't have the same feel as if you're using a steering wheel. And it's the same thing with flight sim. You don't get the same feel if you're using a yoke or a flight stick as you do. It's different with a controller because you'll have a little thumbstick. That's it. And it's hard to get that feel when flying. You know, it's easier to overcorrect when you're flying. You know, you make a turn and you go left, but it's like it's too much. You know, it's all about the subtle feeling of, you know, like when I took off, it's not like I took the yoke and turned left the whole thing. I just made the turn and used the rudder, and it was a nice smooth turn, right? But if I was on a standard controller, I'd be like, oh, I'd be kind of all over the place. You know, like Mick will tell you, you know, Bella, you know, my crazy landings at the very beginning. But, yeah, you can't develop the necessary sort of, well, you can, but it's not, like when I got the flight stick and now I got the yoke and throttle, it's like a completely different way of flying. It feels different because it is. It's more natural. If Mick goes into whatever racing simulator, if he's got a steering wheel and he's got pedals and all that, he's probably able to drive a lot better than he would be if he's playing on a standard controller. You know. But I get it. Some people, that's all they can afford. They can't afford a fancy steering wheel or whatever. You know. But, yeah, I mean, it's a, I like it because it's like I get a fresh start, you know. And that's what I like about that is I kind of already have a basic understanding of what's going to happen, but this is like they've improved so much, it's going to be like a whole new experience. Like the weather's going to be better. All this stuff is going to, you know, it's not going to be that simple. It's going to take practice. It's going to take work to get good at it. You know, and that's what I like, you know. But I get it, not everybody has that same mentality. Hey, Scruffy, thank you for the resub. 13 months. Where's the time gone? A year, just over a year. My goodness. Where's the time gone? Hey. How are you? You doing all right, Scruff? How's the time fly? I know. Yep. It does. No pun intended. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the learning aspect of it and being better than I was last time, because that's, to me, that's always the goal. You know, you always try to find that improvement. You know, and sometimes you'll hit that goal, and other times it'll be kind of like, well, I didn't quite meet the goal, but I'm in the right direction, you know. So to me, that's what it's about. But I know it's not for everybody. That's okay. Yeah. I'm jonesed about it. I'm really hopeful that this is going to be an amazing experience. You know, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. You know, and like I said, I know that's not everybody's thing. I wish it. Well, it's easy to say I wish it was, but that's not very realistic. You know. Yes, yes, I exactly, Scruff. And it's, at the end of the day, if you're improving, that's what really matters. Yeah, it's fun to beat each other, but it's if you're improving and you're like, oh, I've kind of like I found my groove with this plane, and I kind of, like, I think, some people, there's particular planes that they're drawn to, and I get it, but you know, you may, if you don't try, it's like if you don't try the box of chocolates, you never know what you might like even more than what you already like. You're like, oh, now I have a second favorite, or you're like, oh, I thought I'd like this. Nah, no, not so much. But it's I love flying with Kev because even if we don't fly the same plane all the time, it's more about just learning and just having a laugh, you know, um, and that's the fun part about it, you know, and I like that sense of that part of the community where you try to help each other improve, you know. That to me is always the great thing about it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sometimes like some of the flights you say you firewall it. That poor plane has been so abused. But no, it's I really enjoy it. You know, I like flying with Kevin, and you know, it's just made. I think it's made me be a better pilot, and also it's made me a better person in trying to like if to help him if he needs help, you know, or anybody else who's flying with us. If there's something I can offer to help them be better, you know. But I also have to know that not everybody's always receptive to that, you know, that they want to kind of figure it out for themselves, which is fine, you know. Well, yeah. But no, I do like that aspect of it, you know. It's just nice to be around people who, you know, um, just try to help you be a better pilot and learn together, um, that kind of fun stuff. So, no, I have not. I would think my feeling is that it's going to be you'll have to have a Navigraph subscription. It may just be the cost of a Navigraph subscription, but I could be wrong. Um, I don't know. It's got to be way cheaper than an actual flight school and all that. I don't know, but I think my gut feeling is that, and I was saying this earlier, that this is going to be something that they're going to showcase at Flight Sim Expo next year. They're going to this may be one of those wow the crowd moments that they're going to introduce something that is going to be far beyond what the what you're going to get just in the sim itself. Um, I think it's going to be one of those moments. Now, whether or not it actually holds up to the promise, I think it will, or it'll come pretty darn close. But what they're going to offer. But I think it's going to be one of those game-changing, flight sim changing moments for the simulator and for the people who want that deeper immersion, I guess. And that's where I think it's going to happen. That's my feeling. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think I will be, but I think that's what they're okay. Ooh, baking Tuscan chicken. Ooh, Amela, Tuscan chicken. Melo's like, what? Tell me more. Uh-oh. Yeah. Anyway, now that everybody's thinking about food. Tuscan chicken. I don't think I've ever had that, but that does sound good. Alright, let's see where we are now. Little nav map says we are roughly halfway, or just more than halfway there. Just a little over halfway. Yep. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I heard about it in Mela. Boone's got to go. I'd fire that whole team. Not going to lie. Coaches, the whole team. Screw it. Just fire them all. Start from scratch. Boone's definitely got to go. I'm sorry. But that dude's got to go. That idiot at first base has got to go. That pitcher that gave up that grand slam's got to go. Just fire the whole team. Go to your minor league team and start calling people up and see if they can do better. And don't pay them anything more than league minimum. Be like, nope, you got to earn your money. We're not going to be paying you millions of dollars and get nothing out of you. Nope. Nope. If you cannot beat, you won one game. Really, you should have been swept. You couldn't even win 2 in a row. Their pitching sucked. The fielding sucked. The hitting sucked. Just can the whole team. That's what I'd do. I don't care. I'd be like, yeah, we made the World Series, but we only won one game. That's not acceptable. That's almost as bad, if not worse, than being, you go on the road and you go up to Boston and lose 4 straight games in Boston on the road. Or Boston comes into your home and kicks your butt 4 straight games or 3 straight games or whatever. And then kicks your butt again in the postseason. Nope. The whole team would be gone. I'd be like, nope, we're going to get a new coach. Everybody talk to your agent. You're done. You're being traded. I don't care where. You're not going to get anything out of us. Nope. No, that was just, no. Nope. I needed the Yankees to step up, and they totally failed me. I wanted them to win that so bad just so that they could beat the Dodgers, and the Dodgers, nope. And then that one fan acted stupid in the stands trying to rip the glove off the Dodgers player. Like, what in the world are you doing? So now they're banned. What, I think they banned them for life out of the stadium for what they did. Was it worth it? No. Yeah, just this was one of those years that, uh, honestly, if they could have, if both teams could have lost and nobody won the World Series this year, I would have been happy. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Now I'm just hoping Porsche doesn't let me down and they somehow manage to lose the World Endurance Championship title this year. They won the IMSA title, but now I'm just hoping they do a double and win the sloppiness. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. That's exactly it. I mean, there's some truth, whether you like the Moneyball movie or understood what Billy Bean was trying to do. There's some fundamental truth to it that if you pay all these players, you're not going to get much out of it. You're paying all this massive salary, but you're not scoring runs. You know. But anyway. Let's see where we're at now. We got 175 nautical miles. We're under an hour till we land. So far we have managed to fly over the hills and through the woods. Heading for the toe of Italy. Or round about the toe area. I guess you could say we're heading to the toe area of the boot of Italy. Will not be at the heel. Be kind of near the toes. Done better than the Cubs. Well, there was some teams that I was surprised that they made it into the postseason, and there were some teams that I really wanted them to keep going, but man, I tell you, the Dodgers just ruined it. I'll never forgive them for this year. The Dodgers ruined it. There's only a handful of teams I can say I loathe, and I absolutely, with every fiber of my being, loathe the Dodgers. They've had some great players over the years, I'll admit that, and some of them have come and played for the Giants, but nope. But I can't, we've had Giants players that gone, like Jeff Kent went and played for the Dodgers. Can't forgive that. Nope. You retire a Giant. You don't go and play for the bad guys. No, 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 no. Nope. Never. You never do that. I'm sure the Dodgers fans feel the same way about Oral Hershiser when they brought him up. He played for San Francisco. That's okay. Jeff Kent, he was the second baseman for the Giants for a long time, and then he got traded. I guess, his years of production were pretty much done. The Dodgers gave him I think a year or two contract, but he probably wasn't playing as much as he used to. But I would have rather retired as a Giant than gone down there and played. I know he did. I don't know who else did, but yeah. I'll I'm bitter about this year. The Yankees should have. Well, Cleveland said that they got robbed. That the umpires gave every call in the favor of the Yankees, which somehow I'm beginning to say that's probably more true than just a conspiracy. One game. I was really hoping after that one game they would have got their heads out their butts and started getting productive, but nope. They were just pretending at that point. They shouldn't even have showed up for game 6. They should have just said, no, we just forfeit. Screw it. Or game 5, whatever it was. Yeah, it would have been game 5. Yeah. It would have been better if it had gone, if they each had 3 wins apiece, gone to game 7, then it would have been much more exciting. But I think the Yankees just didn't want it. The Dodgers wanted it more. The Yankees just gave up. And I think that's, in large part, that's due to the head coach. If the head coach just seemed like he gave up. Once you have that, I mean, it's hard to rally a team when the coach doesn't even care. Or the perception is he doesn't care. Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, you've shamed, you've embarrassed the legacy of the Yankees by losing like that. And I know some Boston fans certainly would be like, that's what they got. They got what they deserve, but yeah. Yeah, if I was the owner, I'd just can the whole team. Screw it. And their agents start, nope, I'm not even going to listen to you. Take your player and go somewhere else. You're done here in New York. I'd pay off Aaron Boone's whatever's last bit part of his contract and tell him to pack his bags and get the heck out of town. Don't come back. You're not welcome here. But you're right. The new ownership's gonna, it's okay. No, it's not. Nope. It's no different than what the A's are dealing with their ownership. The guy he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the fans. He's looking to make a quick buck, and that's it. Anyways. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Did I edit this down yet? No, I did not. So what else is new in the world? Well, I shouldn't say that because then people start... That might open the floodgates. What else can we talk about? As long as we steer clear of politics, we don't want any of that. And the Bears got the Cardinals tomorrow. You never know; they might beat them. You never know. Anything's possible. I mean, it's still, only a couple weeks into the season? What are we, 2-3 weeks into the season? 4 weeks? I don't even know now. Wait, no. September, October. No, it's like 6 weeks into the season. We're almost halfway through. Dang. If my math is correct. Because we were watching preseason games when I was in California. That was in August. And then the season started in September. Here we are, beginning of November. So there's had to have been at least 6 weeks of football already. 6 weeks of shenanigans creeping up slowly. Yeah. All you got to do is get up high enough to make the wild card playoffs. You never know. What else? Dang, what was I gonna say? I forgot now. Must not have been important. Beck's probably buggered off, said, "Oh, they're talking sports again. Oh, great. Let me leave the chat. Let me leave the stream for a bit. Those silly boys talking about sports." I did. I said it earlier. I don't know if Bex was listening, but if she still is, I had frozen fish sticks last night for dinner, and I had the quote unquote the sauce, as you like to call ketchup, with my fish sticks. If that'll make you feel better after we talked about sports for a little while. So that's the thing in America, we don't have like a proper, like you go fish and chips, you have that, what's it called? There's a special sauce for it. Oh, what's it called? See, it's not like you could buy that. I don't think you could buy that anywhere. What is that stuff called? Tartar sauce. Thank you, Mick. Yeah. See, I don't think there's any tartar sauce that you can buy that's pre-made. I don't think so. If it is, it's probably not the same as anything else. But man. Well, actually, what I could get is the malted vinegar for my fish, the fish sticks. I like malted vinegar on my fish. If I get fish and chips, like a proper fish and chips, malted vinegar, and then maybe a little bit of tartar sauce. That's fantastic. Well, hopefully everybody's enjoyed today's flight so far. We have about 40 minutes till we land. We're just cruising right along. All right, we got plenty of fuel in our auxiliary tanks. Matter of fact, I think that's what we'll change to our left auxiliary. Oops. Ah, come on. And right auxiliary. Yeah. Well, Kevin and I had gotten done with the short one yesterday, and we were chit-chatting for a bit after the flight was over, and I was like, ooh, I wonder what the dailies are going to be for tomorrow. And this is the medium flight. The short is in New Zealand. I got to knock that out. I don't know if Scruff's done his daily to see what his landing rate is, so we can know what we got to beat. I flew in that biplane yesterday. It doesn't have an autopilot system of any kind, so I had to hand fly it for how many ever miles it was. I'll tell you now. It was a whopping Oh, there is his reports. And he got a negative 65. And let's see. Yesterday's flight was... Okay, Belfast City to Prestwick. That was... that's not what I wanted. Come on. I just want to... that was 81 nautical miles. We did that in under an hour. That was fun. So I flew like 80-something nautical miles by hand. Okay, there's Cappuccino to our left. We just passed it. Anybody want to bet me that's Cappuccino? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? I'm pretty sure that's Cappuccino. And survey says, nope, we passed Cappuccino. We are near Ponte Cagnano. So does that count for speed, height, control, and so yeah, so I have the landing rate monitor. When you fly, you make sure your LRM is on, and it tracks the distance and everything. It tracks what airport you took off from and which one you landed at. It gives your landing rate is based on, let me go back here to my, so it shows like the wind speed, the pitch, if you bank the plane a little bit, the wind speed, the direction of the wind, the G-force of your landing, the speed that you landed at. So it's supposed to give you some idea how well you landed. Now, in Scruffy's talked about this, and the most airline pilots try for a firm landing because they know they're on the ground. They don't like to float it down the runway at all. You know, it just doesn't feel natural to them. So either they prefer hard or firm landing. You know, if it's better than that, it's not that they try to do it on purpose, you know. But I mean, I've probably had firm landings that felt better than firm. But so yeah, it just counts into, you know, like virtually counts your like certain variables and say, okay, you did this, um, and you, and so that we tried, it's just more for fun that we try to beat the landing rate. So like Kevin and I fly, we try to beat his landing rate. If we can, so like he got a 65 for the daily short. So that means that we would have to both do, if we added it together and averaged it, we would have to go way below that in order for it to count as a double win, that to combine we beat them. Not just individually as well. Last night we had there was 3 of us flying, and all 3 combined we still beat them. So, because I had a really, Kev had a -4, I had a -25, and I forget who, Twisted had one more, but combined and then averaged for the 3 of us, we still did better than Scruffy did. So we got the double. Well, yeah. In theory, we got the double. The double. So that's just something fun for us to do. I happened to watch Kev one night on Twitch, and he was doing his truck simming, and I was like, oh. And he said, oh, you want to fly with us? And I was like, yeah, let me load up and I'll be ready to go. And so, yeah, we just started flying together. And usually after we, kind of like when you and I would do stuff together, Mick, and we'd be on Discord. And after the game was over, we would sit and chit chat for a while, and that's what we've been doing. And just get a chance to chit chat, get to know each other a little bit, and but yeah, I really enjoy that. Get to be challenged to fly better, land better, all that kind of stuff. All right, so we're using auxiliary tanks now. So it's just, yeah, it's just for fun, That's all. But once you get your PC back, so what it is if you, oh no, I see, I thought you had disappeared because we were talking about sports, but I said I had frozen fish sticks last night for dinner. Well, I heated them up, obviously, but I had the sauce, aka ketchup, with my fish sticks last night. So yeah, you if you join Parasox Airlines, Mick, you get you download a couple different programs, and that way you don't have to yeah, it is. So with the landing rate monitor and all that, I wouldn't expect any other sauce. Well, I could have been shocking and said I tried it with mustard just to see what your reaction would be. So with the landing rate mounted and all that, and you your flight is automatically logged for you. So like if you do like a um so like we have hubs for instance, right? And we have Heathrow is one of the hubs. You could pick a flight out of Heathrow for that's a origin it's a real world British Airways. No, not really. I don't think so. I'd have to look at it again. It doesn't sound like something I would try, but you have to each their own. It's all good. Some people like different flavors with their whatever they're eating. Let me look at it again because it looked like it was mayonnaise. Oh, pickled onion flavored. Yeah, that's mayo. Yeah, I don't know about that. Not really big on the pickled thing, but okay. Um, so if you do a flight out of Heathrow, for instance, you go Heathrow to Frankfurt, using that as an example, you get credit for the flight, plus you get credit for a company route. And so you get more. The rewards for flying in a pair of socks are called socks, obviously. So you get more socks for flying a company route. So it's like you would get paid extra. Like if you're flying a company route for like Delta, you would get paid extra for flying the company route. You know, in theory, not probably. I don't think it's like that in the real world, but you know, it's a way to try to get people to fly different stuff. I mean, we have hubs all over, and I've been meaning I gotta get the one for Seoul opened up, for Korean Airlines. But we have stuff all over the world, and so for people who want to just fly jetliners, there's that. You know, we have places all over the United States. We got Leeds, Bradford. We got Heathrow. We got Dublin. You know, so there's something for everybody. We got Frankfurt. We got Charles de Gaulle. We got Alaska. San Francisco. Atlanta. Denver, like we got a lot of places you can fly out of going somewhere, and you can tailor it. You can find something like, okay, I got a couple of hours. Let me try to find something that fits within that schedule. So it's just a fun way to encourage you to, you know, do something, but it benefits the airline in general. So, but you don't have to fly airliners. You can, you know, you could hop in a Cessna and fly from point A to point B. You know, you could do the daily short and it still counts for something. So you don't always have to fly the same plane all the time. You know. So yeah, it's just a much. I like it because it gives you a better sense of, you know, just trying different planes, doing different things, you know. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I wasn't expecting to join Kevin's voice chat. He's like, yeah, if you want to join the voice chat, you're more than welcome to, you know. So we have a laugh and, you know, it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. So, all right, let's see where we're at on the map that is little, that navigates. All right, we are going to be out over the water for just a bit. We're coming towards the end. Yeah, Mayo for us. I don't know if it's this, Mick. Maybe you can tell me if this is true or not. In America, mayonnaise is usually typically for sandwiches. So you put some mayo on there, maybe some mustard on the other piece of bread, or something like that. Um, is it different in the UK or is it the same? 'Cause I'm trying to figure out why would Bex use what would Bex what would you use that for? That pickled onion blah 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 mayo. It just doesn't sound like like mayo isn't very healthy to begin with. At least that's what some doctors will tell you. A little bit here and there is okay, but in too much is like nah. It's kind of gross. But did Joseph bugger off? Joseph, you still here? I wonder if he buggered off. Wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, it's not for me. But yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. As a dip, interesting. Okay. See, I know mayo's used as a basis for some dips, but yeah, I would always put it. I would only sparingly put it on sandwiches. Because if you overdo it with a sandwich, it just kind of like, it doesn't add anything. It just overwhelms the flavor of the sandwich. Like if you got a nice roast beef sandwich, you don't want it overwhelmed with the mayo or anything else. You just want it to complement it. Oh, wait a minute. She's using it to compliment it as a compliment to her dry chicken. That's what it is. Horseradish. That's a big thing here. You can get horseradish sauce. Yeah, that is a thing here. Oh, ads are playing. Might be busy, but I bloody heard that. That's too funny. But yeah, it's once you get your computer back, let me know, Mick. We'll get you into a pair of socks, and it doesn't cost anything. It's just a fun way to fly. You don't have to. You can fly pretty much whatever you want. Well, not even pretty. You can fly whatever you want. Sweet chili. Ooh, that does sound good. Sweet chili sauce. See, that sounds like sweet and sour sauce for like Chinese food. Because that's got a little bit of chili in it, but it's a sweet chili, I think. See, I was half tempted to add just a little couple drips of hot sauce in the ketchup last night. Yeah, it's great. There's I mean, I joined Firefly. I didn't know, like, I had no idea that on the console you could join FS Hub. The only problem is that you have to put in your flight report manually. And that's kind of, it's not like super time consuming, but like if you do a 3 or 4 hour flight or 11-hour flight, something like that, you're like, okay, I got to put this in before I forget. Otherwise, I won't, it won't help the um the airline. But on console, it's automatically put in for you. So it's super simple. Um, you just make sure everything's on before you start your flight, and off you go. And it'll give you your landing rate when you land. It'll say that you completed the flight. You know, and you don't have to pay anything to join FS Hub or Parasox. It's all completely free. And yeah, I quite like it. I'm glad to be part of it, you know. Because it was a perfect, to me, it was a perfect opportunity. I mean, Two Tone Murphy's Firefly has hundreds, like, they have like 900, I think, pilots in Firefly, and I know I'm one of them, but airlines. Currently, and they're the top airline, they have 800 pilots. They've done 146,871 flights total. The closest one in second place has 225 pilots with 47,484 flights total. So we have like 70 something pilots, but there's only like, maybe, I'm guessing, ballparking, maybe a dozen people who are flying regularly for Parasox. It'd be nice if everybody was doing at least one flight daily. It doesn't have to be a long flight. Like from Dublin to Heathrow. Let's say that's like an hour, give or take. If you do that every day for, daily, you'll have 7 flights, or even if you fly 5 days a week. But, of course, sometimes it's easier said than done. Life gets in the way. But, a short daily flight counts for something, So the only thing as far as we know, everything should work in the new flight sim coming out here in a couple weeks. But if not, we can still fly. It'll still, you could, if you keep Flight Simulator 2020 for the time being, we could still fly over on this and get, until, if there's a problem with it integrating with 2024. But yeah, there's always something to do. You could pick the daily, short, or medium flight. You could look at all the hubs we have around the world looking for a flight to do. You could just hop in a GA plane and take off from Heathrow and fly to Southampton or whatever. So yeah, it's just I like it. I I jumped at the chance when Scruffy started up his when he started Parasox. I was like, I want to join because I felt like, you know, there's so many people in Firefly that it's hard to, and they've been there from the beginning, you know. It's kind of hard to feel like you're part of it, you know. Whereas here, I'm putting routes together, achievements, stuff like that. I'm helping Scruff with the airline, um, and it's I feel like I'm actually part of it, you know, and I like that. So, but yeah, the more the merrier. All right, let's see where we're at. We must be getting close. We are 43 nautical miles out. We're getting come to the end, folks. We're almost there. All right, we should be. Let's see. Okay. So there's kind of a bay just on the other side of this, and that's where our airport should be, is just on the other side of this area that I'm highlighting with the mouse. If you could see it. I don't think you can see it. Nope, you can't. Okay. So basically where the tip of the tail is right there, when I go back left to right, just on the other side of that should be where our airport is. So we're going to wait till we pass over the landmass in front of us where I'm going back and forth. So once we get past that, we should be able to see the airport. We'll circle around. Matter of fact, let's do this. I think I had... So we'll do that. We'll fly over the airport, find our runway. There's only one runway, and I know which end it's on. So we'll kind of we'll start dropping some altitude and get ready to land, and then we'll put this thing on the ground and wrap things up and be done for the day. I gotta get over to Walmart, get a few things today. But yeah, it's been a nice flight. Quite enjoyed it. It looks like the sun's kind of coming down. It is got to be probably about 4 or 5 in the evening here. Ooh, it looks like our windshield's kind of iced up. Ooh, uh-oh. I didn't put the pitot heat on. Oops, daisy. Where's my windshield de-icer? Somebody get out there and scrape my windows for me. There it is. Can't be that cold here. Let's see if we can talk to them yet. Looking for LICA. Huh. We're 29 nautical miles. We're still too far out to talk to them? Oh, there it is. There we go. I'll throttle back just a teeny bit here. Ooh, it's got a 24-hour dial. Ooh, I like it. But I like it. Well, I think that's the local time. I think. So that's about 16... quarter after 4? Yeah. Okay, so let me look at my little nav map. I think the airport's just to the left of our, well, so I think the airport's just over in here. So we'll circle, we'll turn in and get ready to land. Let me look at little nav map. Verify my hypotheses. The hypotenuse. That too. Okay. So the green area must be higher. So green area must be the mountain right here. So it's got to be, it's just, should be coming into view here in a minute. 2.8. That's the one we want. No, we did pretty good. Didn't take us 3.5, almost 4 hours to do this. We had really good time. All right. Airport should be coming into view. I'm going to fly past. We're going to come around. Put this bad mamba jamba on the ground. Yeah, look at this Italian countryside. Right overlooking the Mediterranean. Look at that. There's our airport, it looks like. I see a runway. There it is. There it is. Ah, look at that. Okay, we'll wait. We'll let it count down a little bit, and then we might have to snooze it as we get ready to land. Oh, you know what? Let me go real quick. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. So our landing runway is to our left as we pass over the airport. Watch this. Oh, looking right at it. Okay. All right. Let's hit the snooze the first time. turn the autopilot. I have control. Help me, Tom Cruise. Right over to the airport right now. We just passed over it. Oh, there it is. Head out this way a little bit. Won't be able to see the airport exactly. Come around this way. All right. Put the gear down. Drop a little bit more flap. All right, use one more snooze. Oh, there's our runway. Oh no. I don't know what to do. What am I going to do? There we go. All right, we got this. Flaps are all the way down. Here we go. Crusty salute rendered. Here we go. Now you're just showing off. No, never. I wouldn't do that. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. That means buckle up and be quiet. Doing well, Amela. Thank you. Well, as well as can be expected. I think there's a... No, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oop. Oop. Uh-oh. They didn't clap. Uh-oh. No. They didn't. Uh-oh. Don't tell me that was a hard landing. Firm. Okay. It was a firm one. I'll take it. That's all right. Yeah. They're like, we don't want you here. You came in all goofy. We'll go find a parking spot. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I was trying to ease it in, but I'll take it. Oh, I know what I forgot. Oops-a-daisy. Oops-a-daisy. Might help if I unlock the tail wheel. Then I can turn. Yeah, pretty happy with that. That was all right. I probably throttled back just a tad early. That's okay, we made it. A nice sunset. Well, is that for us? I think that's our welcoming committee. We're just going to cut across the grass. Somebody can deal with that later. Our tire marks in the grass. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this flight. That was good. Ground crew. Yo. Not now, Wanowski, you stupid soda jerk. Nobody gets that reference. I know. I don't think there's anybody in this chat that would get that reference. I think that was for us. The person was guiding us. Oh, gotta go a little bit more. All right, there we go. Let's get our lights off. There we go. Get our turn our fuel off. Okay. Oh, I think we could even open the doors, can't we? I think so. There we go. Look at that. Let's get a picture of that. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's turn off our stuffy. 2 hours and 15 minutes in the air. Dang. Not bad at all. Let's see, got credit. Did we get credit for anything else? Let me just double check you here. Nope. Fantastic. I like it. All right. Well, that will do it for today, folks. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll try to get out of here before the ads start here in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. We'll be back next Saturday. We'll probably do the medium flight next Saturday as well. Aircraft will be whatever. I'll pick something fun. And we'll get the medium flight, the medium daily done again next Saturday. So who knows where we're going to be. Could be anywhere. So do tune in. Same time next Saturday. Do enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday, somewhere in the world. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. I have been and always shall be your host, pilot, lead singer, and driver of the airplane, Uncle B. Until next Saturday, peace, live long, and prosper.